Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, weighing in under 73 kgs. Fighting out of Strange Wolves, presenting Eoghan Higgins. That is about making his way to the Crowne cage. Fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, weighing in under 73 kgs. Fighting out of Belfast, presenting Corrigan.
Clanmore's 34 here in the Crowne Plaza Hotel in Belfast. We have a 73 kg bout between Sean Corrigan taking on Eoghan Higgins. Eoghan, worth noting, taking this fight on a week's notice, Phil. Your referee is Mr. Peter Lavery. As always, this is Noel O'Keefe and Phil Campbell calling the action. A real fan favourite in the cage in Sean Corrigan.
Eoghan Higgins, though, very dangerous fighter, fighting out of Strange Wolves. We've seen him practicing his double legs there just as he was coming out. The danger with that is, should he take Sean down, Sean has 3 first-round submissions in his locker, so he's very dangerous off his back, very dangerous on the ground. Sean catches the head kick, lands a strike, and goes for the trip. Beautiful work from Sean Corrigan.
Just landed some strikes after catching the kick, and then a nice takedown, just taking the leg from underneath Higgins, and Higgins trying to work his way up against the cage, using that post.
Sean looks like he may just try and bring those legs out. Sean goes for the wraparound, just brings Eoghan off the cage. Very smart work there from Sean Corrigan.
And Higgins just needs to be careful of giving up his back here. Corrigan looking to step across.
Sean takes the back. But because he didn't have the hooks in, he didn't have the control, so Higgins was able just to flip him over.
And now Higgins finds himself inside control.
What can Sean Corrigan do from this position? Good shoulder pressure there from Higgins. Switches to scarf.
Trying to work his way around and land some shots, and Corrigan just sits up, decides to sit up. Battle of strength here, Phil. Needs to be careful, could give up his back. It almost gone for a schoolyard choke. And
what a scramble there with Higgins landing in the mounted position. What can Sean Corrigan do from here? He has both underhooks there, just pulling Higgins into him. But Higgins landing big strikes.
These are good shots by Higgins on top.
He's
got to be careful of that arm there.
Great call, Noel O'Keefe. He gives up the bag, both hooks in.
Smart by Higgins, though. He didn't fully invest in the arm. He thought it was gift wrapped, went for it, didn't get it, and just stayed where he is, and now finds himself with a body triangle on Sean Corrigan. Working for hand fighting here at the moment.
If you notice what he's doing with that body triangle is he's also hooking his instep, the far instep, in behind the knee of Sean Corrigan, giving himself extra control. Sean Corrigan trying to turn in and land up inside the guard. Needs to be wary of the triangle.
Good strength shown, and it was strength that got Corrigan to where he is now in the guard of Eoghan Higgins. But Eoghan Higgins is showing he's dangerous and will go, and he's smart. As I said, he didn't fully invest in the arm. It was almost there, but he kept position over submission.
Maybe looking for an arm in guillotine here, which very hard to get on Sean Corrigan. Corrigan defending well, almost letting Higgins burn his arms out a little bit. He feels safe, but another switch in transition and back again. It's beautiful exchanges on the ground here, Noel O'Keefe.
It's real scrambles for positions, and each time at the moment it just seems like Eoghan Higgins is just aware of what Corrigan is doing, and for a man who took the fight on a week's notice, that's a very good opening first round and a respectful stand-up. Not too sure if the camera stayed on it, but it was almost an omoplata position for Eoghan Higgins, and he was very careful and graceful in getting up to not inflict any injury on Sean Corrigan at the end of the round. Coming into the second round here in the 73 kg bout, and I think Sean Corrigan, he might have been a little surprised by the opening round, Phil.
Yeah, I think he wasn't expecting just that level of groundwork from Higgins there, who showed that he's very astute and savvy and very hard to hold down. His transitions were very interesting. Could see Corrigan perhaps open up a little bit more on the feet and try and keep it in that realm. Needs to be wary of the takedown.
He was set and ready for that, but can he stop it now that it's begun? Good balance thus far.
Just need Higgins to run the pipe on that. Switches.
Got to watch the neck as well there. Corrigan just got, he abandons it now.
Just may use.
Looking to turn the corner. Good scramble, and this time it's Corrigan who comes out on top with the scramble and gets the neck.
Has he got a hook in?
No hooks in at the moment, and good awareness there by Higgins.
Yeah, working
pulled the arm away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2 on 1 hands, and excellent work. There was a flash of danger there for the moment, and a scramble is ensued again, and it is Higgins now who ends up in the half guard of Corrigan. But both fighters, when they get into a bad position, they're not resting for that second. They're trying to explode straight away.
It's constant movement. As you say, nobody's settling. And then more often than not, we've seen Higgins perhaps just quite edge the scrambles.
And here's another scramble, and it's Corrigan trying to get back to his feet. He needs to be careful to give up that back again.
Again, we see just hip to hip here from Higgins, just taking his time, biding his time, being methodical.
He's assessing the situation, he's assessing the landscape and deciding his next move.
He looked like he was trying to get the hooks in there.
Corrigan rolls, but
as he rolls, we just see that relentless top pressure from Higgins again. Just follows the hips, just allows Corrigan enough space to move and then land in a dominant position.
He's calm throughout here, his own Higgins. He might be fighting a fan favourite on a week's notice, but it has not affected him.
Like to see Corrigan hip in towards Higgins and try and reclaim half guard. Guard work from there.
An interesting point in this fight as well, Phil, is Corrigan's not used to going this distance, this far in fights.
Yeah.
Will that play part coming into the third round as well if we get there?
As we alluded to earlier, 3 first round finishes in his 3 full amateur mixed martial arts fights.
And just good top pressure by Eoghan Higgins, not allowing Corrigan any respite or opportunity to recover. He's really shut down the scrambles in the second half of the second round.
He's doing something very interesting by arching the hips up as if to bait Sean into moving, and then just drops those hips down again.
And Corrigan looking to try scramble again here. But again, Eoghan Higgins just seems to have the answer to the Corrigan question. Goes knee on belly and trying to land some shots, and that's one thing. There not a lot of shots have been thrown on the bottom or on top by either fighter. It's been more so grappling.
It's all been all about positional control. And as we say, in those scrambles, it seems to be Eoghan Higgins who's coming off the better, who's landing in the more dominant positions thus far, leading into the third and final round.
And Peter Lavery clearing the cage for the last time in this bout. You think Corrigan, you're going to expect him to come out with a lot of pressure and really try and pour it on Eoghan Higgins here, but as we said, he's not been here before.
Yeah, he's potentially, conceivably, he's 2 rounds down going into this third and final round, so he may need a finish. Again, he's going to be acutely aware that Eoghan is going to use his strikes to set up the takedown. He's just marching him down against the cage. Sean needs to get off. Ow! Big strike landed by Eoghan Higgins. That's bound to give him confidence in his striking as well.
It almost looks like Sean is just waiting for the takedown, and that's stopping his forward attacks.
Yeah, he needs to get his back off the cage because he's giving Higgins that bar by which to push Sean against and use that to land his takedown. Double underhooks now for Higgins.
And just there, he used that. He used a boxing combination, the 1-2, to close the distance and get us up against the cage where we are now. So as you said, Phil, Corrigan needs to circle off and get away from that cage wall.
Higgins may just try and go for the trip here. Corrigan trying to implement a little bit of a knee shield, but not to great avail. Deceptively strong is Eoghan Higgins. Looking to reap the leg, may change direction for the takedown. Beautiful
takedown. Eoghan Higgins really displaying beautiful grappling credentials here this evening.
And showing the type of grappling that the Strange Wolves guys are becoming renowned for.
And Corrigan used a strong wizard to try and get into the top position, but Eoghan Higgins active from the bottom, gets in on a single. A potential choke here for Corrigan. He abandons it, looks for the back. He needs to focus. He's done this a few times in the fight. He needs to get the hooks in. He gets to this position, gets no hooks, and both of them are very greasy and sweaty now, Phil, so easy to escape or fall away. And
he has one hook in. But again, Higgins just will not be held down.
And Higgins turned into the one hook to nullify it and ends up in the top position.
Needs to be wary of the knee bar here.
Corrigan's got to be careful of his back now as well.
And this really has been the story of the fight, Noel O'Keefe. It's been Sean trying to take the back, not being able to establish that position, and getting reversed to the point where he then has his back taken.
Start to the third round, they had an exchange on their feet, and Sean gave the nod of approval, but it seemed to be a nod of frustration. To me, he seems to be striking a frustrated figure in there today. It just seems everything he's doing isn't coming off, but he's got to throw everything and the kitchen sink at it, and he gets a good position. He ends up and got almost full mount on the back now.
He has a hook in for the first time, may have both hooks in.
Gets it under the net. Sean Corrigan could be pulling this out.
If he gets the top here, this would be more.
Higgins turning into it. He says he's okay to be. There's the top.
Oh my God!
Corrigan has pulled this one out of the fire. Eoghan Higgins is now the frustrated character in the cage. Sean Corrigan potentially was on his way to defeat, and Phil Campbell, talk me through that finish.
This is unequivocally the biggest win in the amateur mixed martial arts career of Sean Corrigan. It is without doubt the most adversity he has faced in a fight. Lesser men would have had their will broken, but what does Sean Corrigan do? He illustrates his heart, his will, by staying in there, by using the opportunities presented to him, getting both hooks in and sinking in a fight-ending rear naked choke. Beautiful performance by Sean Corrigan.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mr. Peter Lowry is called to stop the action at 2 minutes and 35 seconds of round number 2.